This is Daily Flash with Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Broadcasting worldwide and streaming. Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English, and we are welcoming you to Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's friends.
Yes, and we love to make you a huge part of our show. In order to make that happen, you got to go through our bouncer, James Alexander.
Oh.
Sweet baby James.
Oh, yeah.
Baby
If
James.
you're not on the list, you're not getting in. Just give me some ducats.
Get on that list.
219 stations and growing is where you can find us across this great country of ours. And you can also find us globally on the American Forces Network. You can always go to our website at dailyflashshow.com and click on where to watch. Or if you want to sound off on the question of the day, which is, what's a question you wish people asked you more?
Okay, if like I would imagine there's we always hear, "How you doing?" and it's just like over.
Yes.
And no, I really don't. When you ask that question, generally, you don't really want to know what people do. It's just a greeting, right? But it is a
Right.
question. So if you stop and answer it, I'll tell you how I'm doing. I'm like, yada yada. People would look at you weird, like.
I
why
didn't
are
want
you
to know
telling me
that.
that?
I just
Right,
wanted
right, right.
to.
So
I
that
was
is
making
asked a
small
lot.
talk.
That's a good one. I don't know. I am kind of private. No, sometimes I don't know. I don't really know.
Yeah, I know that's a tough one because I'm not sure. I'd rather people not ask me questions. I like asking.
Oh, I'll
questions.
tell you.
So get out my business.
Okay.
That's my business.
I like when they ask specific things like, "Oh, I like that. Where'd you get that pocket square?"
Square, yeah.
Okay.
Because then they notice me.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is why I'm doing it, because that's the peacocking, right?
Yeah.
That's why people are doing that. So it shows that they have some interest. So if you
Right.
ask that question, it'd be those sort of questions.
So then they're more engaged with.
Yeah, like I've sparked an actual query,
Yeah.
if you will.
A query.
Gotcha.
Do you like
Yes.
that? Yeah.
You procured.
And some people, I procured. Yes, I procured. Question.
That's a good question, James. I don't know. What's a question you wish people asked
How about
you more?
the question of the day?
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, you can sound off on it. Go to our website and you leave me a message.
Okay, all right, you do that. Let us know. What do you
Yeah.
think?
For me, is you good? And I think, and I'm saying that because of men's mental health. Men's Mental Health Month is
Yeah.
in June.
Uh-huh.
Saying you good, asking, because as men, we don't express ourselves a lot.
That is
we don't,
true.
We're definitely not all the time to our significant others, because they feel like it makes them feel weak
Yeah.
in the eyes of their significant others.
Yeah.
So
100%.
sometimes you cannot be stressed out. You don't have to do it by yourself. You don't have to be in this place alone. So another man asking, like me asking Mitch, man, you good?
Well, there's that whole campaign with, I think it's NBA and NFL. They've joined together and they've got the whole "You're Good" campaign, and it's the same thing.
okay.
It's like guys in the locker room, "Hey, you good? You
Yeah.
good?" Yeah. So, and it's all about mental health and
Checking in on people, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Brene
like
Brown, she's kind of like a motorist.
yeah.
Do you like her?
Yeah,
She's
I like
awesome.
her.
She's like, okay, and she went after women saying this. It's like, if you want men to be vulnerable, being vulnerable,
Yeah.
which is doing what we were saying, are
Right,
you
right.
good? That they have to feel, we have to feel that it's not going to be used against us.
Yes.
Yes,
That's
that's a good
key.
point.
And
This
that's
is
why
done
we
a lot.
don't. That's why we don't share it,
Right.
Yeah.
Because we're like, okay, well, you're gonna want. If I tell you this down the line, you're gonna use
coming-
this
it's
against
back
me.
to
and
me,
it's
hit me in the face.
So if we can do that, we're saying, hey, we trust you. I'm
Yeah.
giving you something that you can trust. And I never thought about that until
great
I
point.
heard her.
Yeah.
And she's a great motivational speaker.
Because we women remember every single
They have a
thing.
chip.
I am telling you, there's a moment that's stashed away in the back of my mind that I will never forget.
And I used to. I don't have to be very careful saying
Oh,
this.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
By that
Yeah.
is because women can remember a lot of stuff. We don't talk about women being as. Men a lot of times they always get accused of being very narcissistic, but that is a trait that can be on both men and women.
Oh, of
Right.
course, sure.
And the reason I say that is because women can remember stuff, and it can be easily gaslit.
Yeah,
I'm like,
absolutely.
I don't remember saying
Yeah,
that. It was
yeah.
like,
Yeah, you did at this time in this station.
they can remember. You were standing right
Right,
here.
that's
And
it.
like, no, I wasn't.
You were drinking a
Anyway.
coffee out of your favorite Starbucks cup.
That's right. On the street corner on a Tuesday,
That's it.
4 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's it.
Yes. All
Can
right.
you apologize? No.
No. Well, that is our question of the day. What's a question you wish people asked you more? You want to answer that, be a part of the show, head to our website, dailyflashshow.com. Okay, we got to share this with you guys. A DoorDash driver going viral after arriving at a house and seeing a large dog behind a gate. Now, she said she tried contacting the customer, but got no response. She waited around and then decided it wasn't safe to complete the delivery. But here's where it gets a little interesting. She decided to record herself eating and drinking the order instead of leaving it at the gate or marking it as undeliverable. Take a look.
I'm not gonna go out there with your dog barking at me. I feel like some people that don't answer their phone when they know they got an order coming, like y'all low-key want y'all food to get ate. I mean, when it comes to me, I'm standing right there at my door waiting for you. Venti coffee frappuccino, added whipped cream and mocha drizzle. That's pretty good.
That says everything about you. That's all I need to know about you. And, Jay, you've had experience, of course, with the Uber driving. You're an expert on this.
Uber Eats delivery and so on and so forth. I do some other things with Uber. I would say it does not shock me.
Well, I get what you're saying. But
It does not shock me. Well, I think she saw it was tasty from the get-go. But I would say this.
I think it's safe to say she's never missed a meal.
Hey.
we can
I
say
say that in a
that.
very loving
We can
way.
say that because she's videotaping herself eating.
And dunking
Those cheeks
Yeah.
are not flat. But anyway, I just want to pinch your cheeks. I would say this. You know, even if you don't hear from them, you're supposed to still leave it and take a photo. You take that photo, that's your proof of delivery. You cannot just sit up there and eat it. She probably got deplatformed because of this.
What does that mean?
Deplatform means she lost her ability to use the platform.
hope
She should.
so.
If this is real, she
And
should.
she deserves to
Yes,
have that
yes.
done. She should not be. It doesn't matter if the dog is barking and so on and so forth. Look, you can only place it where you can for safety purposes.
Yeah, sure.
Take a photo and be gone. If you made a call and it did not respond, there's nothing you can do. To me, this is, and I want to, it's not similar, but it's along the same lines as a young lady who you were told to leave it at the door, and all of a sudden, whoa, I walk in. Hey,
Yes,
you know what I'm
right,
saying?
and then
So
claims-
you can't
yeah.
claim that, right?
Yeah.
So in this case, she should have just left
To
it.
me, this is theft.
I
It is.
agree,
It
yeah.
is. I mean, it's tasty theft.
Tasty theft.
It is, but you know what? The person who ordered it will probably get a new order. There's evidence that the driver ate it,
Yes.
so you don't have to worry about it, or they will get refunded. So
Is it just me, but isn't it stupid to do this? Like record yourself
you know,
in the
but these
car?
kids don't care. They
don't
record
care.
all the evidence. Thank you for being a
That's a
dumb
good point.
criminal.
And it's the point is like I just want to get likes and go viral
Yeah.
on
Oh, yeah,
social
yeah.
media. So it
They
doesn't
need
matter
to.
whether I lose my job or whether I'm stealing from somebody. The fact that I am in the car eating your food and blaming your dog is
Right.
part of the whole experience.
But to get this, there are people online and her comments. I guarantee somebody agreed with what she did,
no doubt.
knowing that she is wrong.
Okay, now let's take it around. Let's say and I don't know much about how that works, but like, let's say she went through the channels. She said, look, it was undeliverable. What would they do to it? Would they take it? Did they get to keep it, or
No,
like,
you
let's
don't-
say if it was a
Oh,
real
that's a good
situation?
question. Yeah, how does that work?
She throw it away. I mean, but it's not really undeliverable. If you can't get to the door where the dog is, you place it to where in a safe spot.
Yeah.
Take a picture.
Take a photo.
picture.
Make sure the photo has the address in it, the
Yeah.
door and everything. You can take a photo of the dog too and let the company know that there was an animal that was unleashed.
Sure.
That you were afraid to go to the door.
Which I wouldn't
and
blame
go
her.
from there. So
Yeah.
there are ways to get around this. She did not have
Right.
to eat
You know what?
what was in there.
Yeah.
Okay, now, and then I'm going back on this because you order this from whatever place you order from, Uber Eats or DoorDash or whatever. You've already tipped them, and that's what would aggravate me so much.
But you
Yes.
can
I know
still
I
do
get my
tip
money
baiting.
back.
You still get tip baiting though. You don't have to. You can take the money back, but
You can do that for
yes,
sure
you
on
can.
all
You-
the. Okay.
Yeah, you can get your money back. But I mean, this is nonsense. Don't do
but
this.
the point I'm making, though, is that I'm tipping them. So I'm tipping them with like, hey, I'm paying you because you went above and beyond. Now, what I would have done is like, oh, man, she's right. I left my dog. I didn't answer my phone. Hey, I'm going to give you a couple extra bucks. I'm sorry.
But that's you.
Right.
That
is me.
A lot of people want to do that.
But I'm tipping her in hopes that she understands, because that would have been the service that I get. That's why I hate this pre-tipping thing.
Yeah, I agree. And the fact that you're ordering DoorDash, meaning you leave it at my door and you leave. I don't have to have this ongoing conversation with you. That's all you have to do.
Didn't matter if the dog was unleashed.
Right. I mean, I get it. The dog's dangerous, or that's worried about it.
Our brain flash question of the day: what is the first streaming service to win an Oscar for Best Picture?
It's not news. It's not nonsense. It's that weird place in between. Opinion-ish. Coming soon.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. Before we jump into Screen Chatter, let's get that answer to the Brain Flash question right now. Here is the question. What was the first streaming service to win an Oscar for Best Picture? If you said Apple TV Plus, you got it right. If you said Apple TV, well, let me give you half a point. It's now called Apple TV. At the time, it wasn't. All right, it is time for us to check in with Tony Toscano to find out what's coming out of Hollywood and straight to your screen, no matter what size you're going to watch it on. With the latest, here's Tony.
Thanks, Mitch. In selected theaters and streaming online is the new cyber crime thriller, War Driver.
Eventually I'm gonna get caught and thrown in jail for a long time.
He has $3 million in cash. And his house.
We're gonna need someone on the inside.
In the film, a computer hacker is lured into heisting the bank account of an unsuspecting woman. I chatted with star Dane DeHaan.
I hope that they're introduced to, maybe they don't know what war driving is, maybe they're introduced to this world. I didn't know what it was when I first read the script, and I think it's a really interesting like subculture of the world. And I hope it grips them, and I hope they don't see the twists and turns coming, and I just hope they're along for a ride and have a great time,
War Driver is a spotty action thriller with some good moments, but not enough to pull the story out of the mud the film digs itself into. All in all, War Driver is an average crime film with nothing new to add to the genre. Again, War Driver is in selected theaters and gets a C. It's rated R. Also in selected theaters is the road trip comedy Holy Days.
The old ducks have had a good run.
Things are about to change around here.
Tell them what you told me. The bishop sees a convent that's falling to pieces.
Oh, a property developer has sniffed us out.
They betrayed us.
The deeds to the convent are in the South Island.
That's where Mum's from. Why don't we just go get them?
In the film, a lost boy in search of heaven teams up with 3 odd nuns for a road trip like no other. I chatted with stars Miriam Margolyes and Jackie Weaver and director Nat Bolt.
Miriam, talk to me about being in that automobile.
Well, that was not the most glorious moments for me, even though it was a lot of the film, of course, was in it. You just adapt in the end, you just find a way of hitching up your habit and making sure that you haven't got the rope between your buttocks. It's not an easy costume to wear in a car.
When I've seen Vox Pops, people are saying, "Oh, it made me laugh, it made me cry." It just like real life. It was so moving and yet so uplifting. So I think audiences are going to love it. Something you can take your grandma to see and your mama.
Because my favorite films and my favorite place was always, going back into my safe place, the womb, I call it, which is cinema. And a lot of us have lost the habit of going into cinema and just, switching the world off for an hour and a half. And in this case, you can absolutely do that. You can go back in time, you can go to a faraway, innocent place, and you can have an adventure.
Holy Days is a touching and funny film about the weight of grief and coming to terms with loss through friendship and humor. Again, it's playing in selected theaters and gets an A. It's not rated. For the Daily Flash, I'm film critic Tony Toscano.
Thank you there, Tony. Well, as travelers flock to warm weather destinations like Florida to escape the cold, there's a hidden trend that many don't see coming, a spike in injuries. We call it sun, suds, and stitches. And telling us how to stay out of the ER during our spring break is Dr. Kevin Freels of Orlando Health. Hi, doctor. Welcome. All right, what is it about spring travel season that drives a surge in ER visits?
Yeah, I think it's about really letting your guard down, right? I think a lot of the preventable injuries can be associated with three main topics: the weather, the water, and what I classify as the extracurricular activities. With the weather, look, everybody wants those long beach days, that golden suntan. You want to put on sunscreen, reapply sunscreen. Dehydration and heat-related illnesses are a real thing. Make sure you're hydrating, rehydrating with water. People also want to be acutely aware of some of the medications they could be taking. Could cause dehydration or heat-related illnesses faster. With the water, you know, if you go swimming, have a swim buddy. If you can't swim, wear a life jacket. If you don't want to wear a life jacket, don't go above your waist. The ocean is unforgiving, and rip currents are deadly.
Okay, Doc, how do you prevent water and alcohol injuries?
So basically, water and alcohol does not mix, right? You don't want to drink and go swimming. You don't want to drink and go boating, right? You have a tendency to place yourself into precarious situations, right? If you are drinking, I keep saying this, have an accountability partner or a sober buddy.
Tell everybody what heat illness actually looks like.
You can really pack this into two aspects, right? Dehydration and heat-related illnesses, right? And sunburns. So with sunburns, you want to make sure that you are applying sunscreen and reapplying sunscreen. With dehydration and heat-related illnesses, you want to make sure you're hydrating and rehydrating with water, okay? Make sure you're not over-consuming alcohol. If you are consuming alcohol, you want to drink water with it as well.
Thank you so much, Dr. Freels. And if you want more information on having a safe spring break, head to our website, dailyflashshow.com, or you can head to orlandohealth.com.
Well, she is saying I do to the gown, even though she doesn't have a groom. A New York City influencer is going viral for buying a wedding dress, despite the fact she doesn't even have a boyfriend right now. Her post reveals how she scored a $4,500 wedding dress for $100 at a sample sale. Her post has already racked up close to 4 million views on Instagram and TikTok. Her argument, hey, there was something about trying on the dress that just helped me visualize getting married. And it reminded me to stay open and optimistic.
All right, and it's a gorgeous, it looks like she did a photo shoot right afterwards.
Yes.
You know, if I started dating this one, I would be like, okay, you know, let's slow it down a little bit. But then I go, hey, that's taken care of.
Yeah.
Next, let's get going. So there's goods and bads, all that. And
Yes.
It's a lovely dress for sure.
And I think she's trying to put it out there and maybe think forward.
I think so too, yeah.
And I like that positive attribution. I don't like the whole social media thing because I feel like half the time people are just doing it for clicks and likes.
100%.
Yeah.
Good deal though, $100.
Yeah.
That happens a lot. Isn't that one place where they have like a yearly sale?
Filene's Basement.
And
Yeah.
people fight. Like
Yes.
it's like crowds and they go in and they're just grabbing.
Yeah.
They don't even know what size it is.
Yeah, it's true.
Smart though.
Yeah.
Cops all across the nation have issued a warning to teens who are taking part in the door kick challenge. All right, the trend involves people kicking front doors. Once they kick or slam the front door, they run away while recording the entire stunt. This is nothing new, right? It used to be Ding Dong Ditch, but now it's
Yeah.
kicking. A new public warning was released after the trend regained traction thanks to social media. In North Carolina, a teen was shot in the leg by a terrified homeowner during the late night prank. In Houston, cops also say a boy was fatally shot after hitting a door and then running away. Authorities say it's a situation that can turn from funny to them to fatal in just a matter of seconds. And, you know, all in all, it's just not cool, especially if you're doing it late night, overnight. You don't know, maybe there's a baby in the house. You're going to wake up the dogs. You never know. And then also, you're just making your neighborhood feel like it's not safe altogether. Now we have to look out for you. And so.
And I think that the other layer to this is that they're doing it on camera and they're doing it to post videos. So the more frightened and terrified they can make somebody feel, the more clicks they think they can get. And I think there's something terribly wrong with that. In addition to a safety issue, because, one kid was shot and killed, another homeowner is fearing for his life. In the state of Florida, you can stand your ground and defend yourself. So not a smart thing to do here.
It's just stupid. Another stupid thing.
Yeah.
Why is it happening? But kids are going to be stupid, doing stupid things.
Shocking video shows a California skier holding on for dear life after slipping from a chairlift on Bear Mountain out in California. Take a look at this. The unidentified skier was seen dangling from the lift as a pair of snowboarders held onto her arms. Ski patrol members waited to assist the skier when they pulled into the station. Unclear how the woman slipped through the lift safety bar. Witness who posted video said he spoke with the skier afterwards. She was shaken up but okay. A little bit more to this story. She did this as an attempted prank to scare her sister, not realizing she was going to slip through the bar. It was supposed to be just kind of a funny stunt, but instead this is what happened. And she could have died.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
So she was trying, look, is there two people? I can't.
Yeah, I think there's 2 or 3 people on the chairlift. So she was doing this it started out as a prank to scare her sister who was on the chairlift, and then it ended up turning into one of these situations where like, oh my goodness, this went too far.
And I got to tell you, if something like this happens, they'll stop it because they don't know what's going on. Then now you're just dangling.
Yeah.
I'm sure they figured out, assessed it, and then maybe she went all the way up. But it's something scary to do if you ever been on these lifts, and to do something like that, she might get banned.
She could. It might not be a bad thing.
Probably for her own safety.
Yeah.
A stuffed horse that appears to be crying has become China's latest hot toy.
Crazy.
A $4 stuffed toy was meant to be a smiling icon for Year of the Horse, but an error in production caused the muzzle to be sewn upside down. Factory said it sold about 400 of these horses per day, believe it or not, when they first realized it, but the viral status of the crying horse led to orders reaching tens of thousands per day. Horses have become mascots for young workers who consider themselves overworked and underpaid, much like sad workhorses, maybe. I guess that's where it's coming
is that what it's supposed to be? Okay.
And this is Year of the Horse, so I guess now it's Year of the Crying Horse.
Crying horse. Okay.
Just a mistake.
Litter-loving tourists are leaving their mark and whatever else they have in their pockets on the Brooklyn Bridge. So much garbage is being tied to a fence in the middle of the bridge that cleanup crews cannot keep up with the removal. This trashy trend has been plaguing the Brooklyn Bridge on and off for years, but has taken off in recent months. The Department of Transportation said crews clear the pedestrian walkway, but won't say how often. It sounds like they just can't keep up with it. That's disgusting.
Yeah, that doesn't even look cool. I remember like in London and I think in France, there's that locks you put on the thing.
In Paris,
Paris. And then I know in Oklahoma City, right by the memorial there, people put stuff on the thing. But they have a team. They have somebody that once a month or once periodically and takes it off and keeps it. They don't throw it away.
Okay.
Because this is all a memory. But this just looks like trash.
And that's what it is. It's garbage.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Usually, you know how you can make art to make it look nice?
Yeah.
This doesn't even look nice.
It just looks like somebody's trash got blown out and it's stuck to the fence.
Welcome to Brooklyn. Here's the trash, what you expect. We got more of today's talk, tomorrow's trends still to come right here on Daily Flash.
You miss a minute, you miss a lot.
Heard that.
Don't go anywhere.
This is Daily Flash with Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Broadcasting worldwide and streaming. Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash. Today's trends, tomorrow's talk. Before we do anything, let's check in with James Alexander. James, good morning. Happy days.
Hey, this is Happy Days. We're about to talk about a Magic City. Yes, not the one in Atlanta, everybody. Not the one in Atlanta. 219 stations where you're watching us across the country and across the globe on the American Forces Network. Now, you know you can go to our socials and find out where we are, and you can watch the show on our all of our socials. And our website, dailyflashshow.com. Click on where to watch. I say that because you can click on to find out where our local friends are.
Friend.
Minot, North Dakota. Minot. I was about to say Minot. I got corrected. Minot. KXMA TV. Minot, North Dakota. When I was mentioning Magic City.
Yes.
Minot is known as the Magic City.
Oh, okay.
Now, I don't know if you got to bring in a whole bunch of singles into North Dakota, but, you know, it is what it is. It was once a bootlegging hub called Little Chicago.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You get a little drinks there. And it's home to North America's largest Scandinavian festival.
Is that so?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's called Magic City because it grew from a tent town to a bustling town almost overnight back in 1886. So it was one of those just, you know, population exploded.
Explosion,
Right,
yeah. That's what happens at Magic City in
Magic
Atlanta.
City.
Yeah. It's not population though. There's other things that explode.
Ooh,
Bottle
hello.
service.
Okay.
With your bottles. All right, James, thanks so much. We love hearing from you, by the way. Tell us where you're watching us. We want to hear from you. You can drop us an email or just go to our website, dailyflashshow.com. All right, a new survey out already that suggests wine is a little bit better for your health than beer or liquor.
Okay.
For example, according to this survey, this research rather, a 12-ounce can of beer, a 5-ounce glass of wine, and a 1.5-ounce shot all contain pretty much the same alcohol, about 14 grams. People with high alcohol intake were 24% more likely to die from health-related issues. The study suggests that beer, cider, or liquor may link to higher health risks compared to wine, even in small amounts. I don't think this is a huge surprise. Wine has been around much longer.
Yeah.
You know, and then you think about during Prohibition, what they used to make liquor out of, anything.
Bathtub gin?
Yes, anything at all. So, but here's the thing. You're like, well, you hear this and you're like, okay, well, honey, go get you a bottle of wine. I guess we need to start wine because tomorrow it's going to say that cold beer is going to be better than wine, right?
And then the next day it's going to say a shot of whiskey is good for your blood pressure.
I'm just waiting on tequila, and that sounds kind of small. You know, a shot for me is half a glass, but half a glass tequila.
That would be the
it's
shot.
Good for you. That's it. I mean, hey, you gotta put
Isn't
some
tequila
put on
like
the rocks.
the best thing to drink as far as low cal goes because there's not
I've
much
heard that.
sugar
It
in
cleans
it?
you out. Is that why margaritas are popular with women? I think.
Yeah, but the margaritas has margaritas
add
sweet
everything
and sour.
else.
Yeah.
But you just said gin. Our executive producer said gin. You know, I love
gin.
So is there more? I think because wine is kind of considered in religious.
Grapes.
Yeah, well, it's grapes.
Grapes.
Yeah. But if you think of beer, it comes from hops and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But wine has always been associated with, like I said, like with religious and connotations around it. So it gives it, like some people say, this health halo of like, oh, it's good for you. And the matter of all of this is, you know,
Moderation.
Thank
Moderation.
You. In my mind. That's
Yeah,
all
moderation.
it is.
Well, and you look at like the blue zones. We've talked about those blue zones areas across the globe
yeah.
where they have a Mediterranean diet, and wine is a big part of it. Wine and coffee are a huge part of that blue zone eating program or system, if you will. So alcohol, and I think people respond to booze in different ways. Some people can tolerate it more than others.
Yeah, I have a Melangen diet.
Melangen?
Yeah, Melangen is moonshine.
Is it really moonshine? But
Melangen, if you know what I know, if you know, you know.
You'll become a Melangen. I also make sure those places, those blue zones, it's not the same wine we're drinking.
No.
You know, it's so much better than it comes from the outlet.
Yes.
All right, do you believe these studies? We want to know. Drop us an email. All right, we got more Flash coming up right after this. Stick
Stay
around.
with us.
It's not news. It's not nonsense. It's that weird place in between.
You know, we're always looking for simple ways to save time, money, and effort to make everyday chores easier, especially in the kitchen. One small swap many families can actually make is switch to refill routines for household products. Here with some smart kitchen hacks is home and lifestyle expert Yvette Rios.
There's actually a shift happening in kitchens right now because families are looking for simple upgrades that save time, money, and effort. And refilling your dish soap is one of the easiest changes that you can make. But I was surprised to find out that 12% of households only actually refill their dish soap. Most people are going out and buying a brand new bottle every time they run out, which means more trips to the store and more money spent. which is what is so exciting about the fantastic new design that is going to make refilling easier than ever. This is the new Dawn Platinum refill jug. It's designed to be ergonomic and simple to use, so something that used to feel a little messy and maybe inconvenient now just feels like a smart kitchen habit. You can go to dawndish.com, and the new value-sized jugs featuring the upgraded formula are available in stores nationwide and online.
And now a healthy way that could actually help avoid serious heart issues. Check this out.
The 2026 American Heart Association Dietary Guidance reaffirms that a flexible, minimally processed eating pattern is the best way to reduce cardiovascular risk.
Focus on the big picture. More veggies and fruits, plant proteins like beans and nuts, and whole grains. Limit sugar and salt. Simple swaps. Choosing fats from avocado or olive oil yield long-term benefits. Focus on progress over perfection to make heart-healthy eating sustainable for a lifetime.
Learn more at heart.org/healthy diet.
Hey, this April is known as World Wish Month. Make-A-Wish is urgently calling for wish makers. Here to discuss how everyone has the power to deliver hope when it's needed most are Jared Perry, Chief Revenue Officer, Make-A-Wish America, and Make-A-Wish alum, Alaya.
April really is the most exciting month of the year for Make-A-Wish. It's a time where we celebrate the first wish that was granted 46 years ago, but it's also the time where we honor and celebrate the wishes that we're granting now. For every wish we grant, it takes more than 50 wish makers. Those are donors, those are volunteers. It's our community stepping up. It takes more than 50 of those wish makers to make every wish, every life-changing wish like Aaliyah's possible.
This past summer, I had the incredible opportunity to go to a studio in LA and to write and record a song with Justin Tranter and their team. And actually, we have the chance to listen to some of the song now.
It's not that it's a secret, but honey, when I speak it, we're diving in the deep end. There's no going back. It's not.
Right now, we're granting a wish every 33 minutes of every day. Yet, for every wish we grant, there's 2 more. So that call to action is real. We do need more help. We do need more financial support. And go to wishmaker.org, and you can find out how to support us and follow all the things that are happening during the month of April.
Today, we are joined by Paul Markovich, President and CEO of Ascendian, to talk about a new national movement called Worthy that aims to deliver meaningful healthcare reform for all Americans.
One of the things that I think makes Worthy different than other causes is that it's trying to get to the root cause of what drives the behavior that makes healthcare so expensive and inconvenient. In terms of rebuilding trust in the healthcare system, 2 things need to happen. One is everyone needs to have access to all their information. When you have all your information at your disposal, you can be more confident that you're getting the right care. And the other is to make sure that the people who are taking care of you are getting paid to do the right thing on your behalf. So when they're rewarded for making you healthier and happier with your service, that's exactly the kind of confidence that you're going to have, is that they're in your corner doing the right thing on your behalf. And when you rebuild that kind of trust in the healthcare system, you can also make healthcare more affordable. And you can find everything that you need to know about our cause, Worthy Cause, at thisisworthy.com. There's plenty of information. There's a pledge that you can sign, and so we'd love it if you visited the website and got engaged.
AI is transforming food safety. Joining us now is Carbon Robotics founder Paul Mikesell. He's here to explain how AI is revolutionizing the farming industry. Paul, how is AI being used to eliminate, say, pesticides in the U.S. food supply?
Hi. We make a product called the Laser Weeder. And so what this is, it's an AI robot. We use NVIDIA GPUs, and we build a really great AI system called the Large Plant Model, the LPM. Large Plant Model finds weeds live in farm fields, and then we put high-powered lasers on those weeds and burn them out. And so this is a way to kill weeds in farming without having to spray harmful chemicals and herbicides. And none of that stuff then goes into the ground. None of it reaches the consumer. It's healthy for everyone.
Tell me a little bit more about Carbon Robotics.
Yeah, Carbon Robotics. So we're really an AI robotics company, and we've been focusing on these AI systems specifically for agriculture, The laser weeder has been out there for a couple of years now. It's doing really well. We're very proud of laser weeder. And then we also have a product called the ATK, the Autonomous Tractor Kit, that converts your tractors into an autonomous tractor, just kind of like you maybe see the self-driving cars. Well, we have this product for tractors, so you can do all of your farming activities, all just run by an AI system instead of having to hire people to be out there and be in the hot sun all day on the tractors.
Okay, but how can AI continue to improve the safety of our food supply, let's say in the future?
Yeah, with systems like the AI laser weeder, not only are we keeping herbicides out of the ground, but we're keeping it away from the consumer. And the other thing that happens is that, the farmers really suffer from a lifetime of exposure to this stuff. And so when we're just using lasers to burn out the weeds, the farmer doesn't get exposed to this stuff. The farmer doesn't have to worry about what's going to happen to them over a long time. But also, we're not tearing up the topsoil. You're not having to put blades in the ground to pull these weeds apart. So we're actually going to have a much longer lifetime of our topsoil by using technologies like laser weeders. So it's really good for everyone.
This is fascinating. Where can our viewers go if they want more info?
Yeah, Carbon Robotics is the name of the company, carbonrobotics.com. You can find videos of our machines on our YouTube channel and our Instagram. And we're kind of all around the world. We're in 15 countries around the world now, so you may see us in a farm near you.
All right, thank you for joining us. We're going to make sure we post this info on our website, dailyflashshow.com/FMI.
Spring is here and we are talking skincare tips, tricks, and beauty buys to help you achieve your best skin at any age. Beauty expert and director of education at IT Cosmetics, Desiree Zaroli, is here with the scoop. Desiree, what should we know as our skin starts to change?
So at IT Cosmetics, we do things differently. And as our skin matures and changes, we also need to evolve our makeup and our skincare routines. So if you've ever looked in the mirror and noticed that your skin is dry, it's parched, or maybe you don't have that firmness that you used to have, your skin doesn't have that bounce back that it used to have, or maybe it's just an unevenness to your skin tone or years of sun damage. I have brought our two #1 best-selling products from IT Cosmetics. We have our CC cream, which is a 7-in-1. It is the #1 best-selling SPF foundation in America for the last couple years. And we also have Confidence in a Cream. So I'm going to put a little bit of this on the back of my hand, on the back of Roxanne's hand, because I really want you to experience this texture. So when you put this on, you only need a little bit. You're going to massage it into your skin and know that at IT Cosmetics, we developed this with dermatologists. So it is clinically studied and proven to address the top 10 signs of aging every time you put it on your skin.
When updating our beauty routine, where should we start?
Well, you definitely want to make sure that you're using multitaskers, not only to save on money and to save on time, but you also want to make sure that they're efficacious and you want to make sure they're working and delivering. So Confidence in a Cream, like I said, 10-in-1. It's going to address the top 10 signs of aging. And CC Cream is a 7-in-1. This is the shade Rich, which I'm going to use for our beautiful model, Roxanne. I'm in the medium shade. You can start in the center of the face and then just smooth it outward. What you can see is that it's instantly covering and evening out any discoloration that you might have. But what you don't see is all the skincare that's flooding and treating the skin underneath. And it even includes an SPF of 50. So it's your skincare, your SPF 50, and your coverage all in one step.
And what other news can you share with us?
We have just reduced the prices of our #1 best-selling products to make them more accessible to you if you've ever wanted to try them or maybe you want to stock up. But now our Confidence in a Cream, which was $59, is now $49, and the CC Cream is only $39.
Where can we find these products?
So you want to go to itcosmetics.com, but we also have a lot of retail partners where you can find these two bestsellers. So make sure you check it out.
Good stuff. Thanks again for joining us. We're going to post this information on our website, dailyflashshow.com/FMI.
And now, a great way to free your computer from an overload of unwanted information.
Spring is the time to clear out digital dust bunnies, like old emails and photos.
New research from Compass Data Centers shows 60% of Americans would rather wash dishes than clean their digital closets. Many of us are paying for digital storage to house photos we'll never look at. Just like household clutter, digital dust bunnies take up space. When we delete the junk, we reduce our digital footprint and keep more money in our wallets, too.
To see how much you're spending on your digital clutter, visit DeleteDigitalDustBunnies.com.
Our Pink, we know her as a rock star. She's now moved to New York, and there's some rumors out that she might be taking over the Kelly Clarkson show. Insiders say that the singer appears to be back on the scene. Her relocation might have fueled gossip about her marriage, but she denies any divorce talk regarding her husband, Corey, of 20 years. Clarkson is set to end her NBC talk show after 7 seasons. Pink has actually guest hosted and seems to like it, having some fun. Kelly's expected to end that show next month. And that's a show, Kelly Clarkson, they had moved her location from LA to New York and that sort of thing. And then she went through that horrible divorce and then all kinds of other personal stuff. And probably just took a toll on her. And people don't necessarily think of that. Pink, I think, has a great work ethic. I mean, it just looks like she's always doing stuff.
Yeah. You never know. I mean, she's also one of these people that tends to divide a lot of folks because she's gotten very political in recent years. So you kind of hope somebody like that or NBC would look at somebody who's not as controversial, but maybe she'll be different for a talk show.
All I know is every talk show that I host that I've liked, all of a sudden they turn into this crazy different person at the end of their run, and maybe Kelly Clarkson might go, I don't want to be that person, so I'm getting out now. Well, let's hope that doesn't happen to Pink.
Life Love Shopping is a weekly 30-minute lifestyle show hosted by Andrea Jackson. It's focused on the latest trends for your health, home, and happiness. Life Love Shopping offers viewers ways to improve their life and style, wellness, and relationships. If you live it, love it, or buy it, Life Love Shopping will talk about it.
We start today's show with the happiest jobs in America. A recent study found physical therapists take the top spot when it comes to job satisfaction.
Life Love Shopping, your life and style guide from A to Z.
So we've upgraded.
Mitch, the website.
Of course, we got more Hollywood stories.
More Mitch, please.
And now you can read and watch what we couldn't fit on the show.
And there's even a sound off button.
Just click it.
Leave us a message.
Right there from your computer.
Or even your cell phone. You could hear your voice right here on TV. So what are you waiting for?
Go on and check it out. Right now. Go on. Do it.
DailyFlashShow.com. It's the website for Daily Flash. We kept the name simple for you.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. Don't just sit there. Come out and hang out with us online and ladies in person. I'm already relaxed. I got my jacket on, can't say. We're all over Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of them. Just search Daily Flash Show and jump into the fun. And of course, you can always sound off by dropping us a line at flash@dailyflashshow.com is our email, or you just click on sound off and just leave me a message. All right, here's your question of the day. If you could relive one day in your life, which would it be?
All right.
Mitch, Andrea, what you got?
Again, I think, having 4 kids, each one of my kids being born would be one, but then all together, as I said earlier, when Bryan Cranston came up, hold on a second, I dropped a name here.
You did.
Bryan Cranston.
Pick it up.
I dropped the name.
Sweeping the
Bryan
name.
Cranston. When he came up to me and just started talking to me, he said he was a fan of the show. So,
I'll pick a day when I first started out in television news, ABC in San Diego. I got to cover the Academy Awards on the red carpet, and so that would be a day I wouldn't mind reliving.
Oh, yeah, that's something you never forget.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
And you think about how much you're like, oh, I always wanted to do this when I was, as you get older. And speaking of which, the one, my son's calling me right now.
See?
Apparently, that was
He
one
heard
day
you.
he wants to relive with me. Hold on, maybe I should answer it.
That's
It won't answer.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's see if I can answer it. He hung up.
How about you, James?
James?
Hey, it was just one time in band camp where
No, James.
You can't do that.
It is what it is, Hey, you know what? I guess I just can't pick one day, and I think I would change something in that day if I did. So I am happy to be here with you guys because, you change something in your past, it affects everything in your future.
Which makes you be in the moment and make the most of the moment. And you don't want the butterfly effect to be messing up your lives in any way at all. All right, good stuff. Of course, we are always open and waiting for you on our website, dailyflashshow.com.
Yeah, 24/7. The drive-thru is available anytime you like it. Be good, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye, y'all.